a feeling you hate this sort of thing, but we need to head back to Gideon. Governor Keshu insists on throwing us a victory celebration. I wonder if there will be cake. I could really go for a big, gooey piece of cake.
What kind of victory celebration?
Oh, the best kind. I hear Governor Keshu really knows how to throw a party. Food and drink, music and dancing. And she wants everyone to be there.
Everyone?
Sure. The gardens behind the governor's mansion are big enough to entertain an entire army. Hey, before you join us, can you check on Sombrin and Kalia? Invite them to the party? They went back to the Temple of Dibella in Gideon.
Sure. I'll go get Sombrin and Kalia, and I'll see you at the celebration.
I'll meet you in Gideon after you collect Sombrin and Kalia from the temple. I think we've earned a little relaxation, and a slice or two of cake, after everything we've accomplished here.
Do you still want to be an adventurer after all this?
Absolutely. I think I'm really cut out for it. You get to travel, meet interesting people, see ancient places, and you get to solve all sorts of riddles and mysteries. And sometimes people throw you a celebration party too. A party with cake!
Cake is all you want for a reward?
I'm from Blackwood. Have you met my people? It's all roasted this and roasted that, and even raw this and raw that too. You don't get to enjoy many pastries under Green Pact rules, you know.
You don't mind the dangerous parts of adventuring?
Knowing that you helped people and seeing how much they appreciate it more than makes up for the dark times. You walk into town and people say, "Hey, it's Everly!" Soon the little kids around here will all have pigtails in their hair. Count on it.
Okay. Alright, so we're going back to Gideon. Straight to the Temple of Dibella. Inviting the ambitions over to the party. And then we'll have a little bit of cake, I hope. Or is the cake a lie? Who knows? We'll find out. Nice little roll there.
What?
Sombrin? This guy, are you for real? This dude has got a serious problem.
Hello? If you're looking for our guests, they're long gone.
What?
I know you. You brought those guests to our temple. Kalia and Sombrin and poor Destron. Everyone in town is talking about your deeds in Blackwood. You helped stop that traitorous Vendacia and his cult. Thank you for that.
You said Sombrin and Kalia aren't here?
I did say that, didn't I? I suppose that even the charms of the Lady of Love can be too much for some folk. Not everyone can stand to bask in Dibella's glory for too long at a time. But they were good people. I liked them all.
Do you know where Sombrin and Kalia went before they left the temple?
I heard them talking about a ruin north of Gideon. I know that particular place well. Let me mark its location on your map. When you can spare a moment, come back and enjoy one of our ceremonies. All should open their hearts to the secrets of love.
I just came by to... Hey, where are Kalia and Sombrin? I came by to find out what was keeping you in the ambitions. Where are they? What happened to Kalia and Sombrin?
The Dibella priest said Kalia and Sombrin headed to a ruin outside of Gideon.
A ruin? I wonder why they went there. Haven't those two had enough adventures after all they've been through? We should go find the ambitions or they'll miss the party. Did the priest say which ruin in particular?
Well, she marked it on my map. Said it was north of the city.
Lead on then. The party's going to start soon and we don't want to be late. I, for one, want to get a nice piece of cake. Or maybe a slice of pie? Oh, broken branches, I'll just have both.
Just have both, but I think we got bigger concerns at the moment. So they said it was north. I think that's that place we went to last time.
Anyway.
Pretty sure it's the same place. Yeah, it was around there somewhere. First time Sombren introduced us to his Daedric friend.
How much longer, Sombren? This place makes me feel uneasy.
Not long now. I'm almost... Oh, it seems we have company.
Yes. Kalia?
I told Sombren we should have talked to you before coming out here, but he was so insistent.
What's Sombren doing? And why did he bring you out here?
He wanted to try something with the book, away from other people, just in case. Sombren thinks my only chance is if we return to the Deadlands. The nature of the realm naturally draws off my power, making it easier to control.
The Deadlands? But Mehrunes Dagon is sure to find you there.
Sombren doesn't think so. He says that's the last place they'd look for us. I'm still attuned to the realm from the trial in the Ashen Forest. Sombren believes he'll have enough time to teach me if I'm not in danger of imminently exploding.
Has your power gotten worse again?
Worse? I suppose that depends on your perspective. It has been growing in intensity again, back at the same level as when we first left the vault. Sombren is worried I don't have much time. That's why he's being so insistent.
I'm actually glad you found us. I didn't want to leave without an explanation. But I'm afraid that Kalia doesn't have a lot of time.
Sombren, what's going on?
Kalia's power is recharging faster than I anticipated. It will soon reach the point where I won't be able to help her. Then she'll either release it and destroy everything around her, or it will consume her. Either way, people die, including Kalia.
So, what are you planning to do?
Use the Mysterium Xarxis to open a portal to the Deadlands? It's the only place I can think of where Kalia will be safe. The realm naturally siphons off a portion of our power. That will give me time to teach Kalia to control it on her own.
But the Deadlands? You were walking right into Mehrunes Dagon's realm?
It's a big place. Zaina taught me how to avoid notice there. And it's the last place Dagon's followers will think to look for us. As soon as Kalia can control her power, we'll come back. I promise. Thank you, my friend, for everything. I'll return the book when we come back, Evely.
Nah, you keep it. I think it was meant for you.
And there they go. What do you think about this, Evely?
Poor Kalia. I hope Sombren's right and he can help her. But taking refuge in the Deadlands? That's like the sausage leaping out of the pan because it thinks the fire will be safer. As for me, I never want to visit the Deadlands again.
How do you feel about Sombren taking your book with him?
Hey, it wasn't my book. I was just keeping it safe for... Well, as crazy as it sounds, I think I was meant to give it to Sombren. He certainly did more with it than I ever could. And I'm not about to miss the bad dreams and the waking visions.
So what do we do now?
We go to the party. It's taking place in the gardens behind the governor's mansion. To think, this all started because I was curious about a coded journal I found in Emperor Leovik's old retreat. We figured out the secret, and now we celebrate. I'll see you at the party. Last one there doesn't get any cake. Let's ride.
I want her to get cake, though. I don't want to take her. I'm actually fine. I'm actually fine without the cake. Okay, that should be enough time. I'm sure she beat us to the cake. Go to the victory celebration.
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
That sounds delicious, assassin. You must leave me a copy of the recipe.
Oh, here are the winds. You did make it. Hey, Noozle. You got your frog.
This party is exactly how I like them. Keshu the Blackfin really knows how to throw a celebration. Reminds me of the feasts that Otumi Ra throws. We might be up until the morning frogs sing.
What will you in the village of Stonewaste do now?
Well, after you left, we discussed moving on, but the winds convinced us to stay. We fought for our home. Leaving would hollow out our victory. So, the rebuilding has begun. Feel welcome to visit should the marsh breeze ever blow you in our direction.
I might do that, Noozle. I might do that. Otumi Ra.
It is time to feast and make merry. Where is the cake? Where is the drink? Point me to the games of strength. None of these dry-skinned beakos shall leave this party unchallenged.
Where is the drink and the cake? I was promised cake.
In a party with this many people, I find it quite simple to sneak extra drink unnoticed. A little misdirection, and someone's food vanishes from their plate. Just a little game I play with myself.
Cheeky.
I had no plans to leave my cavern where the magic of the eternal flow, but I had to see this little celebration for myself. It seems I made a wise decision. The drinks here taste more refined than Otumi Ra's bug water. Perhaps I may learn the recipe.
Ah, the Duke of Crows is here.
Featherless! What a wonderful celebration these wingless giants have thrown in our honor. We must fill the sky with our cries of victory! Shriek our accomplishments for all to hear! Shriek! Shriek!
What are you doing here, Duke?
Why so surprised? Where else would I be? It is impolite to not show up when the common folk hold a celebration in your honor. Is that not true among the featherless as well?
Actually, this celebration is for our victory at Fort Redmayne and the saving of Blackwood.
Blackwood? I was certain they said Black Feather. Well, a party's a party. You helped us in our time of need, so we will help you celebrate your victory too. It is the least we can do. The absolute least.
The absolute. Oh, actually, maybe, hang on a second. I'll dismiss you for now. Amalia?
Everyone's been talking about the things you've done for Blackwood. I had no idea you'd been so busy. I find myself edified, enlightened, and exhilarated by the tale of your heroics. Phael'Avon himself could not have done better.
Have you been able to bring Phael'Avon's legend to light?
Yes, I have. The relics we recovered from Undertow Cavern turned out to be exactly the sort of proof I needed to convince other scholars that someone important had been entombed there. I am voracious, victorious, and vindicated.
You are Vassadon? Revis?
Ah, greetings. I heard you're to blame for all this reckless frivolity. No great surprise there, eh? Well done. I'll try not to knock anything over or set anything on fire. No promises, though.
Any word from House Telvanni about our adventures in Veyond?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Tiris's letter was very well received in Tel Naga. The Magisters want to see the phantasmal censor at work. Can you believe that?
So you're headed back to Morrowind?
Yes. Well, no. Sort of. I'm giving the censor to Tiris. All the pomp, plotting, and vanity among the Magisters. It's just not for me. I only made the censor to keep them off my back. This way, Tiris gets what he wants, and I get some peace.
Back to your other pursuits, then?
Indeed. I've got all sorts of ideas for a new book of overmancy. Eggs with smaller eggs inside. Brilliant, right? Just don't answer that.
I won't. Tiris?
Honor to you and your house, Sarah. It's good to see you again.
What's the news from Tel Naga?
The news is favorable. My letter to the Magisters convinced them that the phantasmal censor is a worthy enterprise. I'm to carry on Revis's work. I believe my teacher is in good standing. For now.
So, you really did have a change of heart?
The wise mage is the mage who can learn from their mistakes. I may not have underestimated Revis's skill, but I definitely underestimated his tenacity and faithfulness. I learned a great deal, and that is worth all the trauma.
Tenare. Can never say your name.
It seems like you've been rather busy. I heard you would be here today, so I thought I'd stop by. I finally paid off my debt to Last Tull, thanks to you. I'm free. Never thought I'd be able to say that again.
Where will you go now, Tenare?
Home, I think. It turns out there were some wealthy people in Leowin willing to pay to keep their relatives' involvement with the cult of the Unmaker from coming to light. I made out like a bandit. Now I can pay off my family's debts, too.
Fantastic. Dreamer and Alchemy. Hey, Dreamer, how you adjusting?
So this is what it's like to be part of an audience. It's much more cheerful than watching silently from the shadows. I especially like the clapping and cheering.
How has your transition been?
Oh, wonderful! All the players have welcomed me among the troupe as if I've always been a part of it. Some even invented some backstories for me that are way more interesting than anything I came up with.
So you're enjoying being an actor?
Yes! I've gotten to try out so many things since I became Alchemy's student. Like sticking a sword under my arm for a death scene and not stabbing myself in the chest. I'm not allowed to try sword swallowing yet, though.
Best of luck with your future roles.
Thank you for giving me a chance. I get to be anyone I want now. But most importantly, I get to be me. And don't worry, I am now totally aware that break a leg is merely a figurative expression.
Oh, Dreamer. Alchemy.
The House of Reveries couldn't pass up attending such a lustrous affair, even if we aren't the main attraction. I always knew you were lead material. Bravo!
How are things going with your understudy?
Dreamer is a marvel to behold. Fantastic and dreadful at the same time. A true idiot savant. They almost killed themselves practicing pratfalls. Once informed that there is more technique than throwing themselves on their face, they learned quickly.
I guess you have your hands full.
More than with most hopefuls, certainly. But there's nothing more rewarding than nurturing a burgeoning talent. Mark my words, Dream will be a star. I might find myself next in line for Grand Maestro when all is said and done.
Best of luck.
I think we both know that luck has little to do with it. May your talents lead you to your dreams as well.
Thank you very much. Better gone.
What a great party! I must ask a favor, though. Please don't let my sister drink too much. She has no tolerance and gets tipsy rather easily. What am I saying? She gets drunk and it's rather amusing. Maybe it's better if you just let her indulge.
We'll see how we go. Himjas. Tough guy.
Heroic friend. I am very glad to see you alive and well. It is a shame I could not fight in the fierce battle with you and lend you my incredible strength. But a great warrior such as yourself proved victorious anyway.
Oh, Himjas, I'm sure you'll have your chance. How are things in Huttenzel?
Tentative, like a newly formed river emerging from two springs. But it flows. The water is muddy, but will soon run fresh and clear, I am sure. Nahish Nurwal and Lieutenant Viria have been working hard to ensure that our peace lasts. Thanks to you.
You're welcome. Oh, there's the lieutenant there. Brigadier Lieutenant Viria.
A pleasure to see you again. Many Brigadines, myself included, have been quite impressed with the stories we've heard of your exploits. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, given what you did for us at Huttenzel.
Jella?
It is good to see you again, and to learn that your heroism did not end with my friends and I. I must thank you again for what you did for us. Destroying the idol of Zulunat continues to have a lasting impact.
How are your friends? Have they recovered?
They are well. Thank you for asking. It will take time for all of us to recover from the horrible things we witnessed, but you gave us that chance. We will never forget that.
Do I know
Liam?
Mary said you were involved in some big adventure, but I never thought she meant literally going to war with a Daedric prince.
He's been busy in Blackwood, as you know.
I'm a little bit mad that Mary didn't invite me to help you this time, but I won't pretend that I would have been any help at all. I barely got out of that scrape with the waking flame alive. Just don't let her get a big head about it, all right?
No promises.
Yeah, well, fair. Mary might even be more headstrong than Mother. You take care of my sister, though. Our dad will get an ulcer if you two are always off to Vec knows where in Oblivion.
I'll try to keep her out of trouble.
That's all a helpless baby brother can ask. At least until I can wrestle with 4 armed giants myself. Hope to see you both again soon.
Miri, you've been celebrating, it looks like?
You should have seen the look on Liam's face when I invited him to this. There, look, you can still see the leftover wide-eyed disbelief. I can hardly believe it myself.
The life of an adventurer is never dull.
Isn't that the truth? Of course, exciting for me is exploring an old ruin and hoping I find more treasures than traps, not battling the hordes of Mehrunes fetching Dagon over the fate of the world. I was not prepared for the latter.
You're considering retiring?
Not a chance, Fla. Today I learned that's something I can do. And next time I'll be better prepared. But try not to let that intimidate you.
I'll try. Captain Rian?
It's good to see you, mercenary. Enjoy yourself at the party. You certainly earned it.
Thank you very much, sir. Aerith, Six the Dark. Lady Twilight.
Ooh, fancy party. Look at you making friends in all the high and low places. I bet a few of these folk have a plump pouch in their drawers.
Are you two here to steal something?
What? No! Well, maybe just the little snacks coming by on the trays, but that's what you do at parties, right? Six and I just wanted to check in on you. He says maintaining good contacts is important in the business. Plus, you know, free food.
Free food. What happened to the relic you broke?
Six was afraid we'd get fleeced on the payment, but the old guy was totally fine with it being busted. He was relieved even. Said it's one less dangerous object in the world. Turns out he's got a vault full of cursed stuff. Weird thing to collect.
So what's next for you two?
We'll be getting back to the guild with our dues. I'm sure after this job I'll be a fully fledged thief. Oops, full-fledged thief. Then Lady Twilight will make her debut for real. We should do another caper soon.
Absolutely. Six the Dark?
Try not to draw any unnecessary attention, would you? We already stick out like a sore thumb with Erithel gaping over the scenery.
What are you two doing here?
Trying to blend in. Badly. Just wanted to say farewell before we skip town. Figure we owe you that much after you salvaged that job for us.
Did things work out?
Surprisingly, yes. We got that hunk of junk to our buyer, and they were thrilled to take it off our hands, even in its busted condition. I expected a high elf collector to be more fussy. Things worked out for everybody but the painted eye.
So where are you headed next?
Back to give the guild its cut and report on Erithel's progress. Or lack thereof. She did manage to show some improvement this time, but she's not ready to leave the nest. Plus, I don't hate anyone at the guild enough to inflict her on them.
Seeks the Dark. Dalion from the public dungeon. Hello there.
You sow the seeds of prosperity wherever you tread, laborer. Zenithar smiles upon your work, as do we all.
How's your own work going?
Blessed as can be. The resolutions have regarded Gavos rightly, as living testament to the sanctity of pious labor. Of course, he's seen no rest since he left the Abbey. My fellow clerics seek his knowledge night and day.
And the golden anvil?
Resting where we left it, awaiting the faithful to come and clear away the rot consuming the abbey. The Knights of Iron will soon launch a crusade against the vile beasts and goblins inhabiting the place.
Well, good luck to you and Gavos.
Fortune shine upon you, blessed laborer. I will pray daily for your success.
Ysara and your ghostly friend.
Isn't it wonderful? Such a romantic story I've written for myself. But I feel like there's much left to discover. This party is sure to involve some steamy goings-on as well.
How do you feel about your new arrangement?
Wonderful. It's going smashingly. He's my muse, my inspiration, my reason for getting out of bed. And he's my... well, we'll have to see, won't we?
We will. Will we? I don't know. Do we?
You made the right decision having Ysara keep me around. We will be very happy together. The muse and the writer.
Alrighty then. Councillor Leviticus.
I wanted you to know how appreciative I am of what you've done for us. Not only did you reveal Vondacia for the traitor he was, you took him down and saved Blackwood. Countess Cairo and the Chamber of Legates, thank you. You're always welcome here.
What are your plans for Leowyn now, Councillor?
Plans? The same as they were before this trouble started. Work with Gideon to secure our borders and keep the war from impacting Blackwood directly. Make sure our communities stay safe and prosper. If not for you, none of that would even be possible.
Perseus Locke.
You're not wearing that dashing outfit I sold you? If today's celebration is not the perfect occasion to dress up, I don't know what is. Perhaps you should visit my shop again to freshen up your wardrobe, hmm?
I'm surprised you got invited to this affair.
Why? Shouldn't a leading Leowyn business person attend a celebration for all of Blackwood? Besides, after I let word slip that you and Everly had patronized my shop, business has been booming. Everyone just has to know which outfit you selected.
Ah, do I get a little cut of that? Maybe a cut of that cheese? I guess not. Hey, Dylan. Party attendees over here. Got Pippers over here. We also have Lady Laurent and Stibbins' babies.
It's good to see you, friend. I wanted to make sure you knew how thankful I am for rescuing Stibbins from all that slime. Good help, well, mediocre help, is so hard to replace. Oh, and I heard you saved Blackwood. Congratulations on that.
What's next for Lady Laurent?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be another adventure. And Stibbins goes where I go. I can't seem to get rid of him, no matter how hard I try. No, I jest. I wouldn't think of leaving him behind. Who else would carry all my packages? He's very good at that.
He is. He's got a knack for it. Stibbins?
Oh, a party was just what I needed to calm my nerves after what happened at the Zonmir. It's sort of refreshing to attend a function where I'm not the primary servant doting on the crowd.
So no lingering effects concerning the voroplasm or your duplicates?
No, unless you count these tiny balls of goo that keep following me around. Lady Laurent says she catches glimpses of other me's in the crowd, but I think that's just her nerves. She can be quite tense and irritable if she skips her afternoon tea.
Is that right? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? We see a few extra Stibbins about. Okay. Almost there. Alarm.
I decided to stop by for the celebration, try a bit of the local fair before slipping back into the shadows. I know you're going to miss me, but I have a feeling we'll meet again. People like you usually wind up on a contract eventually.
Come on now. What's next for a master assassin?
You mean after helping you clean up this massive debacle? Oh, the usual, I guess. Try some more of the local cuisine. Collect my next contract. Complete my next contract. What can I say? I'm a creature of habit.
You keep leaning against that wall there. Cashew?
Welcome to the celebration, mercenary. There are many here who wish to thank you and share a drink or two. But where are Sombren and Kalia? I expected you to bring them with you.
Well, Sombren took Kalia somewhere to teach her how to control her power where they won't endanger others.
Choosing exile to spare others from danger is a noble decision. I wish them well, even as I worry about Sombren and Kalia out there on their own. Everyone else has gathered. Eat, drink, talk to your friends. In time, I shall address the crowd.
Who should I talk to?
Anyone you like. They have all come to show you their appreciation. And do not leave too swiftly. I intend to boast of your accomplishments soon. I see Evely has arrived. Perhaps you should begin with her.
Already spoken to everybody. Hey, Evely. Giving the wave.
So this is what it's like being the hero everyone looks up to? Most of the stories I've read end with a hero riding off into the sunset before anyone can properly thank them. But I feel like we ought to stay for just a little while, don't you?
Definitely. You're a famous adventurer now.
I don't know about that, but I certainly feel more experienced. And I have you to thank. Well, you and Captain Rian and Governor Keshu and poor Farrell Lupus. Can you believe this all started because I couldn't leave Emperor Leovic's secret alone?
And we still need to find the fourth ambition, I suppose.
That's right, I almost forgot. And we should be ready to help Sombren and Kalia when they return. I don't believe that Mehrunes Dagon and his followers are just going to leave them alone. I really thought the ambitions were actual weapons, though.
You take care of yourself, Evely.
Here, your share of the last of our compensation from Leowin. And a little something from me. I learned so much at your side. If you ever need any help, just send word and I'll come running. Oh look, I think Governor Keshu's ready to speak.
Welcome, people of Blackwood and honored friends. We have weathered a terrible storm, so now we celebrate. Many had a hand in this victory, including those who gave their lives for our cause. But I want to honor the two heroes beside me. Without them, all would have been lost. So stand tall and raise your cups to the sky. Remember those who fell and praise the deeds of those who lived. To victory!
To victory?
We defeated the traitor Vandasia's plot and saved Blackwood, and we couldn't have accomplished any of that without the help of you and Evely. Hold your head high, friend. This day is yours.
What's next for Blackwood, Governor Keshu?
We must continue to remain vigilant. As long as the war rages to the north, there is always a danger it will spill into our territory. Beyond that, I plan to continue the work I started. There is still so much to be done.
The work you started?
The work to build a place where Saxhleel and Dryskins can learn from each other in peace. Where all people can prosper while maintaining their own cultures. And I want to continue to study the ancient Argonians, to learn what they can teach us.
What about your relationship with Leowin?
Leowin has stood with Gideon more times than I can count. We will continue to work together to keep Blackwood secure. Captain Rian and I were even discussing joint patrols. Imagine brigadiers and legionnaires walking side by side. It's inspiring.
Alright. Well, I guess we're ready to leave, unless Evely's got something else to say.
What an adventure this has been, right? I'm really building up a collection of stories.
What's next for Evely Sharparrow, hero of Blackwood?
I think I'll stick around the area for a while. Visit with my brother, catch up with my cousins before they return to Valenwood. Maybe help round up any remaining cultists still hiding in the wilderness. After that, who knows?
I suppose there's still the ambitions to deal with.
I do hate leaving a story half-finished. One time I lost a book I was reading and it drove me crazy. But yes, at some point we should find the fourth ambition and make sure none of them wind up sacrificed to Mehrunes Dagon.
That'd be ideal. For now, I think I'm gonna retire from this party.
What?
See if I can sneak out. Quietly. Lyrinth.
It seems you have done well, little mortal. I hear you killed Mehrunes Dagon's high priest and stopped the planes from merging. I find you to be interesting. I will remember that the next time I require the assistance of a mortal agent.
The next time?
You must realize that the events surrounding Lev are secret, and the four ambitions have not yet reached their climax. When next Dagon and his followers emerge from the shadows, I will be waiting to see what they do. And then, I'll send for you.
Right. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna find myself a pub, grab a drink, and then go to sleep for a good couple of months. Anyway, with that, I believe we're at the end of our Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood adventure. Hope you enjoyed this series, folks. If you did, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and get ready for the next adventure, which will happen probably sooner rather than later. Anyway, I'm gonna hop in here and have a drink. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.